Hi, I'm Ray Valley, a product expert with BioBase, and here today to do a little demonstration on a bulk delete feature in BioBase. And what we're going to do is a little demonstration on those cases where you may be getting false depths, bad soundings that we want to remove. One of the one thing that frequently happens, especially in the middle of the summer in lakes where there's really dense aquatic vegetation growth, you have an issue with bottom the plant canopy being mistaken for bottom in the recorded depths on the Lowrance. And so as we look at the sonar chart here, we can see these little green dots represent the top of the plant canopy. And then there's these blue dots that represent the bottom. And this is an example where the bottom is tracking really nicely. And so we have no issues here. But what happens then is then we get into an area, for whatever reason the vegetation is much more dense and the acoustics has a difficult time penetrating that plant canopy, and you see some of these blue dots that's supposed to represent the bottom start to rise up into the plant canopy, and you get this bouncing around to the depth, and you'll see that on your Lowrance display. You'll see the depth kind of jumping up and down or going up into the plant canopy. Sometimes our algorithms will scrub that out and cleanse some of that out, but a lot of times you can see, and this is an example where those bad depths squeak through. So you do have a tool in BioBase to cleanse those bad depths out of the output and actually replace them with the proper depth. What we have in this case, what's interesting is that even though the recorded depth is off in many cases here, and you can see that by kind of this dimple effect, we can actually see with our eyes that the real bottom here is pretty consistent in this case. It's all around this 9.7 feet around there. Um, and what we can do, and maybe just for the sake of this demonstration, we are going to pick an area that's basically essentially exactly the same in depth. So what we can do, the sonar log is all synced with the map. It's synced with the data table. All I did to load the data table is just click the depth, and this loads the data table. So what I'm going to do is, well, let's click on where it kind of starts to be an issue. And you can see here it tracks depth really well, and all of a sudden it hits this, and you can see the depth starts to jump up into the plant canopy. So this represents the area that we want to change. And this is the reference number we're going to look at. This is kind of the start of it. So we're going to jot this down on a scratch pad. That's 78620. Um, the depth is around, we're just going to call it 9.7 feet, and we are going to look at well, for this example we're going to just change it from this part to this part. And what we could do is we could do another round where we change, if we want to be really more precise. You can see this area is a little deeper, maybe 9.75, 9.8, and so maybe we want to do that separate. So for now, in just this case, in this example, we are going to essentially correct the depths from this spot from here to here. So so here we are. We're going to get our bearings straight again. Um, let's find the next bad depth. Okay, right here. And we look at this is, we want to change all of these depths to about this 9.7. So 78620 to 157,760. Okay, we're going to click the modify coordinates button. 78620 157,760. Okay, the depth that we want to change that to is, I think we said 9.7 feet. Okay, and then we're just going to hit reprocess and submit that, and we'll see what comes out. Okay, so you can see we cleaned up this stretch quite a bit of those bad depths. Starting here, we can see that this is here's a legitimate peak, legitimate, yeah, little peak here in the depth. But then as we go a little further down the slope, right, we see here is where we modified those points. And you can see here modified yes. Now, what's interesting, right? You see we missed a point. So there's still going to be a need to go in there and clean up these little points that we might have missed. And it's real easy to do that. We can just hit delete selected coordinate, kind of one at a time. And we don't have to send it back for reprocessing right away. We can wait and, and do it all at once we're done. Here is another little spot where we apparently missed, right? Look at that. You can see there's two depth coordinates that we missed. So we're just going to go here and here, and we're just gonna delete those. There's so many um, redundant depths that we don't have to modify the depths in this spot because spatial interpolation or kriging is going to take care of kind of filling in those gaps. So let's just save ourselves some time and just delete those areas. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through, I'm going to clean up all this, and we'll come back and I'll show you what the nice new contours look like. So here you can see with some really simple editing, quick editing, we were able to clean up this area where we had a lot of false soundings, and now this is all uh, robust, robust depths, and there you go. Hope you found this useful.